Coach, it looked like maybe one of the differences tonight is those second chance points. They get 14. Looks like 0 for you guys. What would you, I guess, attribute to that too tonight? What do you see there? Yeah.
Well, we just couldn't get a big stop there down the stretch, and like you mentioned, second chance points and/or. We didn't play well at all in the first half offensively, but we played well defensively. The second half we played well offensively. We didn't play very well defensively. We had some defensive breakdowns, and then obviously we gave them a bunch of second chance points there in the second half. And so I guess if you look at it, you would say they out-toughed us because they got those second half, they were able to fight and get those extra possessions.
What does that do for a team when you guys hit like a couple of really big threes, but then they go back on the other end and they have a guy that hits one as well?
Yeah, both those guards are good players. They've been good players in this league for a long time, and we did a good job on Hall for about 30 minutes, and then we had a couple defensive breakdowns. We closed out a little short on him, and then he got hot and hit that one from deep versus the zone. But I thought for a long period of time we did a good job on Hall, but Harold Frey is a really good player, playing at a really high level right now. 19 points, 7 assists, 1 turnover. I thought he was the key to their team, keeping their lead there in the second half.
Coach, what do you see from Ray tonight? Really hitting some shots for you guys.
Oh, it's nice to see him make some. Ray's a really good shooter. I've said that all along. He's a good shooter. It's just continue for these young guys to grow up. He's as good a shooter that we have in the gym. Day in and day out. He's just got to get comfortable, and obviously he played very well tonight from an offensive standpoint.
It looked like you weren't getting threes in rhythm though. Everybody was kind of standing around having to launch and flat foot.
Yeah, great analogy there, Pete. I thought they did a great job of taking away our rhythm threes. The one thing we've been doing a really nice job of up until tonight is our ball's been moving, and I thought for whatever reason our ball stopped a little bit tonight, and I don't know if it was because they were switching out. They switched a lot of screens and we had mismatches, but our ball didn't move like it needed to.
On balance, was this game a bit of a step back from how you've been playing or not?
A little bit. What we just got to do is keep grinding, keep fighting. I thought we played well for some of the game versus Eastern. I thought we played very well at Northern Colorado, having a chance to win. We just got to continue to keep fighting and keep doing the things we do. We got to find a way to get some big stops. We just didn't get any stops there in this second half. When we got the offense fixed there at halftime, I thought we came out and played better offensively, shot at a lot higher percentage. We just didn't get the stops we needed.
Hall's a tough match for you guys.
Really tough matchup for us. Yeah, with his size and his ability, no question about it. We had a very inexperienced guy on a guy who's a 3-time All-Leaguer.
You look at Trey in conference play so far, and a lot of 20-point games for him. Is that him kind of finally healthy? Is it him taking maybe another step as a leader in the second half of the season?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both. I think that's exactly right. He wasn't healthy there that first game versus Idaho State, but Trey's logged. He's one of the few guys on our team that's played a lot of games here and logged a lot of minutes, logged a lot of big minutes, and he's played very well in conference play to this point.
And then Scott back in the starting lineup. Is that ankle finally 100%?
Yeah, he was in the starting lineup last couple games. I think in Northern Colorado, wasn't you, Joe? Mm-hmm. Yeah, got the ankle back 100% or as close to 100% as we can get it. I thought that he wasn't bad tonight. We got to get a bigger defensive presence from him around the goal, and we got to get him where he's not in foul trouble, because he's in foul trouble both halves.
Did you have a strategy in mind or a tactic in mind if you had managed to get that thing tied in the second half?
Yeah, a little bit. What we kept thinking is if we can get it tied, the momentum will get on our side. So I don't know if there was a strategy or more hoping just to get the momentum of the game.
You guys get a little bit of a break here with over a week stretch before the next one. I mean, what's maybe the initial thoughts going into a little bit of a break here?
Well, I tell you, I've never had 9 days off. You know, we're gonna work out tomorrow, give them the weekend off, and get back to work of getting better. You know, there's obviously a lot of areas that we need to continue to clean up and you know, and take advantage of this week of you know, from a fundamental standpoint of continuing to get better fundamentally on offense as well as defense.
With this young of a team, is that long of a break a good thing?
I don't know.
A chance to catch your breath?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Honestly, don't know. I've never had this long of a break. You know, it seems like we've had so many games in such a short amount of time. But I don't know. You know, I've had weeks off before. You know, like you play on Saturday and then you play the following Saturday. But this is the long stretch, so I'll let you know after.
Do you find any sort of confidence seeing Mitchell, one of the younger guys, finally hitting his stride, or do you think that's just progression as expected?
I think it's progression as expected. You know, I think him and Cameron are both going to be very good players in this program. They're just young. I mean, Ray's 18 years old. He's never played Division I basketball, and he's been working really hard. And he's, you know, it was nice to see, like I said, it was nice to see him make some shots. You know, well, we got to get a unit out there that's consistent and that we can play for a period of time, you know, and on both sides of the ball. I thought I had my better offensive lineup out there in the second half, but we didn't defend it nearly as well as we needed to.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
See you guys.